Greetings, fellow seekers. Today, we venture into the ancient heart of the wilderness, where the air is thick with the scent of moss and earth, and the trees whisper secrets older than civilization itself. It is here, hidden within the living wood, that the Dryads dwell, fey spirits bound not by shackles of metal, but by root and bough. They are not merely inhabitants of the forest. They are the forest, its soul, its memory, and its most watchful guardians. Some call them protectors, others call them curses, but all who step into their domain would do well to tread with care, for the Dryads are ever watchful, and they do not forget. Join us as we uncover the origins, powers, and legends of the Dryad. Dryads are fey beings bound to a single, specific tree, often an oak. This bond is so profound that if the tree is harmed or destroyed, the Dryad suffers the same fate. They cannot stray far from their bonded tree without experiencing great distress, and prolonged separation can be fatal. They move as though the wind itself carries them, stepping into one tree and emerging from another, their form shifting seamlessly between bark and flesh. Their eyes gleam with the wisdom of the woods, and their laughter is like the rustling of leaves in a summer breeze. To some, they are as gentle as the dawn's light filtering through the canopy. To others, they are an omen of doom, as swift and merciless as the creeping ivy that strangles stone. While Dryads cherish beauty and life, they are not bound by mortal kindness. They are not creatures of good or evil, but of balance. To disturb that balance is to invite their ire. A Dryad's form is a reflection of the forest itself, elegant yet untamed. Though they take on a humanoid shape, they are unmistakably otherworldly, their bodies an extension of the natural world. Their skin appears as smooth wood, its texture shifting with the seasons, lush green in spring and summer, tinged with gold and russet in autumn, and pale as birch in the winter months. Their hair cascades like trailing vines or flows like windswept willow branches, shifting in hue like the canopy above. But it is their eyes that truly mark them as something beyond mortal. Some gleam like amber caught in sunlight, others shimmer with the deep, knowing green of an untouched glade, and when angered those eyes glow, an eerie, bioluminescent light, as though the very magic of the forest pulses beneath their skin. A Dryad is never entirely separate from the tree to which she is bound. Look closely, and you may see the patterns of bark curling along her arms, or the faint tracery of veins like the branching roots beneath the soil. Some say that, in moments of stillness, they do not breathe at all, as if waiting for the wind to stir them to life once more. A Dryad is neither ruler nor subject of the forest, but its keeper. They nurture its growth, ensure its survival, and guide those who dwell within its bounds. But this stewardship is not one of kindness alone. The forest is not a place of mercy. It is a place of balance. To those who respect the wilds, a Dryad may be a cautious ally. They have been known to aid lost travelers, shelter the wounded beneath their trees, and even guide those who seek knowledge of the natural world. But those who come with axes, fire, and greed will find no such hospitality. Their magic is subtle yet insidious. They do not strike with swords or sorcery, but with illusions that twist the mind and whispers that turn men against their own. A Dryad can lead a trespasser in endless circles until their strength gives out, make them hear voices that aren't there, or lull them into a deep sleep from which they may never wake. Few who earn a Dryad's wrath live to speak of it. Those who do often recall only fragments, shifting trees, vanishing paths, and the last thing they remember before darkness took them, a pair of glowing eyes watching from the shadows. Dryads possess an innate magic tied to the very essence of the forest. Their voices carry an enchanting lilt, their presence an otherworldly allure. It is said that to meet a Dryad's gaze is to risk losing oneself entirely. With but a whisper they can charm the hearts of mortals, weaving a spell so delicate that their victim may not even realize they have been ensnared. Many a traveler has wandered willingly into a Dryad's embrace only to never return. Some say these unfortunate souls are taken as lovers, forever bound to the woods. Others claim they are transformed, their bodies turned into gnarled trees, their spirits forever whispering through the leaves. But not all who fall under a Dryad's spell do so unwillingly. Some seek them out, hoping to earn their favor. To those who prove themselves worthy, who show respect for the land and its creatures, a Dryad may bestow knowledge, protection, or even a boon of nature's magic. But such gifts are given rarely and never without a price. Among the many tales recorded in the Seekers Society archives, one stands out above the rest: the legend of the Hollow Grove. It is said that long ago a warlord sought to build his fortress within an untouched woodland. With axe and flame, his men cut deep into the heart of the forest, felling trees by the dozen. Each night they stacked the wood high, and each morning it was gone, vanished without a trace. Frustrated, the warlord ordered his men to stand guard through the night. But as darkness fell, a strange silence overtook the camp. No wind rustled the leaves, no birds called from the branches. The fires burned low, and the men, despite their orders, felt their eyes grow heavy. By dawn, the warlord's camp was no more. No bodies remained, no weapons, no signs of struggle. Only a new ring of trees stood where the men had slept, tall, twisted, their bark marked with patterns eerily resembling faces, frozen in silent terror. Some say the Dryads took their revenge that night, weaving a curse so powerful that not even death could release their victims. Others claim that the forest itself simply reclaimed what was rightfully its own. Even now, travelers whisper of the Hollow Grove, a place where no birds sing, no beasts roam, and the wind carries voices that are not there. It is said that if you stand within its bounds and listen closely, you can hear the trees whisper, not calling for help, but warning you to leave while you still can. And thus, seekers, the Dryad stands as a reminder that the wilds are not empty, nor are they defenseless. They are not creatures of cruelty, nor are they merciful. They are simply as the forest itself, patient, watchful, and eternal. To walk in their domain is to be seen, to be judged, and, perhaps, to be lost. And with that, this entry into the archives of the Seekers Society comes to a close. If you've enjoyed this introduction to the Dryad, be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Have you encountered the whispers of the Dryads in your own adventures? Share your stories in the comments below. And if there is another creature that you would like us to explore next, please let us know. Until next time, seekers, walk carefully among the trees and remember, some roots run far deeper than you know.